Good morning and welcome. It's We Are Live, Chris Denman live at the Midcoast Studio, Grand Center, St. Louis, Missouri. Excited to be here on a Thursday. It's Free Comedy Thursday. You know what that means. Southtown Pub, 8 o'clock tonight. Excited to jump right into it. Joining me in studio is a trusty intern, Tommy, hanging out, taking notes, and cracking wise as usual. We'll see if he'll shoot some baskets. Maybe we've got some video to review as well of Tommy. Joining us live from New York, the great Marvis Morell. How are you, Travis?
Good morning. What is this city called? It's farm, Missouri. Hello, adorable little Midwest town. How are you all today?
We're doing great in New York, Junior.
That's great. That's what it's known
Hey,
around
I
the
see
Midcoast
I see Tommy got inside of Chris's wardrobe.
He did.
How adorable.
It's my shirt from 1991. He said, "Hey, what you got in the first grade collection? I think it'll look good. I want to be a handsome little boy."
Tommy, what size is that shirt?
Too big.
So it's an extra small.
I think it's a large.
A kimono, my friend.
That is not a.
I wear a
That is
medium.
not a large. Please tell me that's not a large. Oh,
That's an XL. That's got to be an XL.
let's see. We're going to do a live test. Thank you, Tommy. I need to know this as well. I'm over here proud of myself.
I love that our intern. I love that our intern is from Make a Wish.
Good
for him.
Hey, it's a medium. Oh, in a flushing gown, he's strewn about the studio. Man, oh man. Already getting the airtime. Look at Tommy sneaking in. He goes, "I'm going to wear a big shirt today. Travis is going to take notice." You're a good planner.
Look, it was better than what I was going to wear.
I believe that.
I was going to wear red skinny jeans, but
What?
That's always wear red skinny jeans here,
they didn't
please.
make everything look too good. So
Okay.
Oh boy.
Chris Gardner's the producer. He's in studio. He runs the feed. How's the feed today? Chris? How's the feed today, Chris?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's hanging in there. How are you? How are you today?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Oh, sorry. Oh, and Noel.
Do it.
Oh, were you grabbing me?
Good morning,
Oh
Walnuts.
no, he picked it out of the tree.
hey, Travis, I got a gift for you. All right, you ready to catch?
All right.
Wait, hold on.
Nope.
Chris has got it.
Oh, okay, good. That was great, guys.
Wait, throw it back to Travis real quick. All right, now Travis,
First day of improv class training, guys.
throw it to me. Throw a
I'm
W
just
to
always
me.
jazzing it
Throw a
up.
W to me.
Oh
Okay.
my.
Now toss it to St. Louis. Toss that W. Okay.
Oh wow.
Hold
This is
on,
great. Here it
hold on.
comes.
It's up.
Live from New York to St. Louis. And it's the walnut.
You got what I was
wow.
going for,
That was
Gardner.
good. That was good.
I picked up on it.
Guys, we've got the Great American Race today, and Make It Racist, a topic that's sweeping the nation. You proud of that segment, Travis?
I'm proud of this entire show, Chris, as you know.
I can tell. Okay. He just shook his head no after that. Must be a form of humor I'm not tuned into. Got me on the okie doke. Fair or foul today, I saw a photo, and I was like, why is Steve Harvey in our feed? Gardner, what's the fair or foul today? What's going on?
Steve Harvey, I guess a video of him surfaced recently. It's an older
It was from
video.
his TV show. It was from his talk show.
So what's his talk show
So it
called?
didn't really
The
surface.
Steve Harvey Show.
There we go.
It's like Ellen, but not.
It's like Ellen, but
That's
not.
probably the best way to describe his show.
So he doesn't dance?
Ironically,
Is that
no.
basically-
Not
yeah.
really.
He's,
Okay.
He
yeah.
dances around tough subjects.
Well,
Unless you
Not-
call
not-
shucking and jiving dancing. I guess
I
shucking
would-
and jiving is dancing.
Oh man, this is.
He likes to tap dance.
There's a lot of joy in New York this morning. I'm digging it. Travis, I love the energy. Great work.
yeah, Chris saw this photo I popped up on our fair or foul when I put it out this morning.
It's a nice
why?
suit.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's an okay knot for the tie. Okay. But
The tie looks fine.
I like the bigger knot, but I think that one could be a little bit better.
That's actually one of his more subtle suits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm upset when he's not in anything plum, personally.
But there's a
Did you see his Kentucky Derby photo?
No, I'm sure it was exquisite.
No.
I bet it
Oh,
was out of this world.
I'll find it and I'll let
I'm
Tommy pull
Googling
it
it
up, but
now.
I'll
Oh,
try to
man.
send it and maybe Gardner can post it for next hour or next show. But yeah, be careful what you wish for, Denman. He still wears the bright colors, my friend. He had him and Chris Tucker had a very memorable photo from this past Kentucky Derby.
Very nice.
Well, the video I was talking about that recently surfaced is this right here. I'm going to show it to you.
Okay.
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life. It ain't but 24 hours in a day. You cannot be sleep 8 hours a day. You can't live in LA and wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. The stock market been open 2 hours. They already making decisions about your life, and your ass was asleep. The Bible says, he who loves to sleep and the folding of hands, poverty will set upon you like a thief in the night.
So, based off that video, which I'm sure pleases Travis to no end.
I can't imagine Travis has anything to say about this.
Our fair file today is Steve Harvey saying less sleep equals more wealth. Less sleep equals more wealth.
Travis, you're the richest man on the planet, and you sleep 14 hours a day. Your thoughts?
I don't even know where to go with that. A part of me has been thinking about it the last couple of days because
You've spent
and here's
days.
why.
Here's why. He's okay. What
No,
do you got?
because Steve Harvey, first of all, that's a dangerous statement to make. It's very dangerous because to assert that the reason why certain people are successful is because they sleep less, and considering the vast amount of people who watch his show, that is not only a dangerous statement to make, it's also inaccurate. That's not true. Studies have consistently shown that people middle class and lower actually sleep less, hence why it leads to so many future health complications. So the idea that if you sleep less, the more successful you would be, or that people who sleep 8 hours are lazier, or that's not why they're rich, is not only irresponsible, but it is dangerous because there are people who are going to watch that who think, okay, I'm going to get 5-6 hours of sleep, and that's going to lead to a better life for me. And that's just not true scientifically. So for him to do that, just because Steve Harvey says it loudly and the cadence of a Southern Baptist preacher doesn't mean he's correct. Chris calls me out on that every day. Travis, just because you yell it doesn't mean you're more right. So for Steve Harvey to do that, I just thought it was very Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey wrote a relationship book, 7 Divorces, that it will sit up here and quote scripture. We'll be talking about a woman's hole in his stand-up act. So I guess, sure, Steve Harvey, whatever.
Either somebody did their research or somebody saw a retweet of some statistics from one of their liberal follows on Twitter.
Wow.
I don't think it's a liberal or conservative thing, even though
Where did you get the numbers? Where did you get your data?
I actually got it from Mr. Newkirk, who was a guest on our show, who writes for The Atlantic. And he made a very good point about how there's this mythology with people who have a ton of money who make it as if they worked 90-hour work weeks to get to where they are. And that's just not true. We have documented accounts of people clearly making these things up. And so for him to then carry that on and then use scripture in the process, I thought it was just typical phony Steve Harvey.
Billy Madison had a lot of money, and he seemed to sleep a lot.
I agree.
That is very true.
It is.
But what do you think? Do you honestly believe that sleeping 8 hours is considered you being lazy?
Oh, no, it's actually like, to your point, like the more and more you see, like the new kind of thing right now is sleep and gut health at the moment. Like people are like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do this. And so yes, you're right that he's more than likely wrong on that. There are you do find out that a lot of super successful people only sleep 4 hours. But I agree with you.
You have to show me examples of that because they literally show video. They showed a situation where P. Diddy, a guy that's worth $500 million, He says he goes out of his way to try to make sure he has 8 hours of sleep. He even said he tries to nap throughout the day.
Didn't I
So
just
the
say that
idea
sleep
that
was
the
important?
only way you can be like 4 hours of sleep, that just seems.
Here's the thing: there are people that do that, though.
That's super correct.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I agree with the sleep. Yeah, get it. It's super important. It's
It
being
doesn't
proven
mean
more.
it's good or the right way to go, though. But I mean,
it doesn't make it like fundamentally true that every person who is successful doesn't get
Right.
sleep.
Yeah, I would.
So
Exactly.
there are examples.
But then
is
if
what
you
I would
also
say.
go to Steve Harvey to live your life, then I think you have another set of problems.
This doesn't change
go
one
to
thing.
Dr.
It's also
Phil.
true.
Thank you. Yeah.
This doesn't
Very
change
true.
one thing, and that is that Steve Harvey is the best host ever on Family Feud.
He now that you cannot take that away from Steve Harvey.
No,
he
yeah,
isn't,
you can't.
no doubt.
You have to be able to separate.
He is the greatest. Sorry, Louis Anderson, but yeah, it's no doubt Steve Harvey hasn't beat.
It is really interesting to see what gets people fired up. I don't know. Are we in a? I don't. There's so many crazy, insane things going on in the world. But that's like a story right now. I was wondering if it was a bit of a slow news cycle on that. But so genuinely, that really bothers you, Travis?
Because it really does. It really speaks to how capitalism almost corrupts our way of thinking when it comes to not only our physical health but our mental health. And we talk about mental health on this show from time to time. We have a mental health podcast, part of our network. And so I think it's incredibly dangerous to assert that you need less sleep in order for you to be successful when there isn't a doctor on earth who would co-sign that. And so to say that in order for you to be as rich as Steve Harvey or successful as Jay-Z or Beyonce, you need less sleep, that is just not true. And it's very dangerous to put out there when you have people who are dealing with mental issues every day.
Yeah, I think the more if he would just be like, here's how I'm successful and I think this is a thing, that's fine all day long.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. If Steve Harvey wants to brag about him getting 6 hours of sleep at the age of 60, then go for it, Steve Harvey. I don't see you making it 65, but go for it. But don't sit up here and use scripture. Don't sit up here and use the platform of your TV show to say something without backing it up with any facts or scientific evidence. For him to say that, I think is very dangerous, especially, like I said, there are so many people dealing with many mental health issues, and that leads to that. That leads to anxiety. That leads to stress. That leads to heart issues. So for him to say that, I thought was just, it's like, I don't know, I just thought it was very irresponsible.
Well, often, scripture and scientific data don't really go hand in hand there, Travis. So.
They do not.
I want to see him pull that on any other person in that position, like middle of a sermon. You'd be like, hang on, wait a minute. Your timelines. You skipped over a dinosaur thing there. Can we talk about
that?
That
to test your faith.
Oh man.
Oh.
I think, yeah, up to your point, Chris. Yeah, I would have, like, if Steve Harvey wanted to joke about it, if he wanted to make fun of the idea, then so be it. But he was dead serious. Did you see like how angry he was at his audience?
He's an actor.
Did you see how,
let's not forget it. He's an actor.
Yeah, he's not an actor. He's a host.
He's an actor also. He's putting on for people.
No, he's a host. And I think Steve Harvey, because he has a following, he spoke like a cult leader in that moment. He really did.
He wanted to sound good. That's what he
wanted.
wanted.
That's a producer in his ear going like, yeah, more authoritative, more authoritative.
No, that's been kind of Steve Harvey's shtick for a long time. And I understand why
agree.
it's
I think it is a
because But I think that's dangerous. I think there is also, you have to realize that what's coming out of your mouth when you have such a large platform like Steve Harvey, you have to understand the stakes. And I think in that moment, he didn't understand the stakes or didn't care about it. And I think that's dangerous to say that in order for you to be successful, you need less than 8 hours of sleep. Not only that, to assert that that's the only reason why people are where they are in life is because they get too much sleep. That's so elitist. I've never heard anything. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever said.
Look, I saw Mark Wahlberg's schedule that he put out there. We discussed it before on the radio side. I ain't trying that shit.
Well, and
that's
then,
just stupid.
But they also leave out the part where they're like, but you also have 6 people on staff that take care of.
You have the ability to
things.
do that.
That's like when The Rock puts out his diet. I'm always like, you're missing one, probably 2, 3, 4 things you take every month that are kind of influential on what happens to those muscles of yours. But please keep telling us to eat clean and pray at night. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and help me understand this. Isn't it required by law for truck drivers to get 8 hours of sleep? Like there
I don't
are
know if it's 8
jobs where
hours.
you have to get 8 hours, otherwise you can't perform the task. I think that applies to pilots and truck drivers. So if you
pilots fly
get
drones.
less,
I have something from Forbes, Travis. I have something from Forbes.
Now
for
you're
you.
sounding like Steve Harvey.
I have a sleep routine infographic from Forbes from a few years ago. That,
Okay.
Again, I think it goes back to this whole point is it's per the individual. Bill Gates 7 hours says this is what he says 7 hours a day. Richard Branson 5 to 6 hours a day. Tim Cook is 7 hours a day. Ariana Huffington 7 hours a day. Indra Nooyi 5 hours a day. Jack Dorsey 7 hours. Barack Obama 6 hours. One more reason for Travis not to like him. Winston Churchill was 5 hours a night. That might have had something to do with some sleep apnea. Marissa Meyer 4 to 6 hours. Tim Armstrong 6 hours. Thomas Edison 5 hours. So
Winston Churchill also has to deal with like war.
Thank you. Great point. Great point. I do love it. Was it here? Final question, and we can move on. Do you guys know if this was during an audience break, and he was like doing his motivational thing, or was this live on the air? This is a segment he hit. Do you guys know?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at earlier.
It
Do
seemed
we
like
know
a
what set
break.
it
I
off?
believe there's a Q&A. I think they have a Q&A moment throughout his show where the audience gets the opportunity to talk to him about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it was brought up by one of the audience members, and that's how Steve dove beforehand. He picks them out during the show, and they discuss the particular question.
Got it. Makes sense. So we will have that as our fair or foul. Your prize, $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. Buzz, we love him. Work with him. He is our partner. You got to check him out. Be sure to check out Facebook for their times and locations. They're located throughout St. Louis every day. They're mobile. They're out there. They're serving you some of the best food you've ever had from a truck, restaurant, wherever. That's Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. We also have a really interesting. What is that? Oh no.
I'm out.
Oh,
so if you guys do see Buzz today, can you
you want him to drive you some?
Let him know I'm
prophecy
out, and if you could send me some whatever, that'd be great.
Okay,
There's
awesome.
still a little bit in there.
That's a good point, Tommy.
That's
Thank you.
That's his brunch wine. That doesn't happen until 10. Melee today. I like this one. Gardner, what do you got?
All right. Now that Travis Terrell is a New Yorker,
A real one.
should he become a Mets or Yankees fan? Mets or Yankees fan? Travis Terrell.
Someone yesterday in a Mets hat, and it was such a douche-looking bro.
Oh, wow.
No wonder that team sucks. He had like beard down to his chin. He had the side of his head completely shaved, and then he had a long ponytail down to the middle of his back with his nice little Mets hat on. Then I realized, I see why people aren't fans of that baseball team.
I thought of going with the ponytail here recently, and my girlfriend won't allow it.
Yeah, that's fair. In regards to famous people you respect, Jerry Seinfeld, Mets fan?
Mm-hmm.
Trav, maybe. Would you wear a Mets hat
I think
for a
Chris
writing
is
gig?
also a Mets fan.
What's that?
I think Chris Rock is a Mets fan too. I think.
So are you gonna turn for Chris Rock?
No, not at all. No. The Mets suck. The Mets are also in the NL, and they play the Cardinals. So I will never be a Mets fan. But if the people say I should be a Mets fan, then I'll be one.
It's shocking that the guy that goes to New York talks shit about the Mets and becomes a Yankees fan. What's your favorite NBA team?
There's no need to discuss that today, Gardner.
It's just, a surprise that
rundown today.
You would be a Lakers fan, and then all of a sudden you're a Yankees fan.
Yeah, never seen a dude like Trav
how about
do
them
that.
Cowboys?
Yeah.
You know, any other bandwagons, or you want to be with the popular
I'm not
kids
on
anywhere
any
else?
bandwagon. I think Duke basketball, though, certainly doesn't get enough attention on this show.
They do well in recruiting New Jersey.
He's still a holdover Rhode Island fan from the Lamar Odom days.
Well, a recruit.
Yeah. So that's the Melee. Personally, I hope he's voted into Mets fandom. So he's like the one random dude trying to look hard at the club in a orange hat. I like that.
One of my favorite shirts of all time that I've owned was a Mets T-shirt, and I wore it until it just disintegrated.
Did you buy it there?
I bought it at Chase Stadium. It was the shirt I bought when I went to the game there.
It was my home because I had nowhere to sleep.
I was wearing a Cardinals shirt, and the guys that were sitting behind me at the game were like, if you go buy a Mets shirt, wear it all game, we'll buy your beer and hot dogs for the game. Root for the Mets. And I said, sure. So I spent $25 on a T-shirt there.
Yeah.
But they bought beer and hot dogs for me all game.
All right, I'll take it.
I did that one time. My friends in Kansas City, they invited me up to a Royals game. They paid for the ticket. They were sweet seats, and they were like, look, food for the entire night, but you do have to put on this Eric Hosmer jersey. And I'm like, all right, gotta do what I gotta do for some liquor. So I get it.
You got any picks?
No comments.
Okay. What was that you said, Tommy?
Did they make it worth it? Was it worth it?
Yeah, it was
Did you
worth
get the 25 in beer? How many beers is that at a baseball game?
That's half a beer in New York.
Yeah, I don't know.
Half of a beer.
I was like, yeah.
This was late 1990s.
Yeah, with inflation, sorry, 3/4 of a beer.
Plus, they took me out afterwards because the Mets won in dramatic fashion, one of the best games ever in the Subway Series.
Oh, then it was worth it.
Yes, most certainly.
That's good.
They won the game on a walk-off single from Matt Franco, who was born and raised in Queens, and the place went nuts. I thought it was going to fall apart.
That's a big night.
Yeah, oh, it's fantastic.
Travis, did you make your way to a Yankee game?
I didn't to be the artist that I am and actually go check out art yesterday afternoon in Brooklyn. I went to the Museum of Moving Images.
Oh, very nice. How was that? Is that free, by the way? Oh my God.
No, it was actually $15.
Is that him
it's actually just $15. It's located, actually, what's really cool about it, it's located in this area where it's a arts community. So there's an arts-related high school, theaters, play theaters, and the history of moving images, basically everything that's been put on film or television is inside of this museum. As you see here on some of the photos, many things have been donated from major studios in Hollywood. Mrs. Doubtfire, of course, the makeup. There were some really cool things. There's an entire floor dedicated to vintage video games.
It's pretty neat.
Old television sets, old cameras, old lightings, old mics. Just the history of modern media. And it was like 3 stories. It was pretty sweet.
How many stalls were dedicated to you in your glorious, illustrious, amazing 3.5 years in the media landscape?
Surprisingly, We Are Live podcast wasn't a part of it. I don't understand why it wasn't, but I did tape a picture of us with Adam Carolla on one of the bathroom stalls.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Thank you.
So I figure like we're part of history now, bro.
That's good. That is nice. It would be something if it came to stay there and it just became a thing, like don't touch this very strange photo of a guy who used to be on the Man Show and a black dude and a white dude from God.
It was really cool. I checked out the Jim Henson exhibit. Jim Henson invented our childhood. And so I had to go and check out the man that's responsible for Sesame Street, that's responsible for The Muppet Show, that gave us Labyrinth, the man that gave us basically a lot of the great moments that we grew up on. And it was truly I know Gardner's going to kill me for this, but it really was a powerful exhibit.
Statler and Waldorf. He's got photos with them. That's awesome.
You're wearing a Boys in the Hood shirt.
Boys in the Hood.
Those old white men probably didn't like that.
Oh my God.
No, rest in peace though, John Singleton. Yeah. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. Just $15, and it comes with a screening of movies, so they'll show you like how certain movies were made. And the movie they had was my favorite of all time, Heat. So they had behind-the-scenes footage of Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. They also had, I think I sent this to Gardner, they had the mouthpiece that Marlon Brando used in The Godfather. So that was really cool. They also had the makeup as well. So it was really neat. It was I nerd out on that kind of stuff, and so it was something I really wanted to check out when I got to New York.
Were you yelling the line from Heat
It's his favorite line.
while you were in there?
He asked
I
Hank
did it
Azaria about
quietly. I did it quietly because there were a bunch of security guards around, and I didn't want them to escort me out.
No, you should have
And
yelled it
also,
and then just been Heat, man, Heat. You see, Heat. That would have been cool with it.
I'm trying to think, like, in the report, like, the security guards write down, like, we heard a man scream, he's got a great ass, and then Statler and Waldorf were afraid that he was going to take their wallet on the way out.
Dude, since you're black and went in there, did Statler and Waldorf call the police on you?
They were like, hey, he's walking really fast.
that would have been good.
Do their puppets
That
show
would've been good.
racist things as your stereotypes?
We don't
as
have
you
to
walk
tie
by?
that to them. They're just grumpy. Listen, it was a different time, okay? Give them a break.
I learned a lot. I forgot that Jim Henson and Frank Oz, of course, responsible for a lot of what you see on Star Wars as far as the animatronics and the puppets and all the characters. I forgot how close they worked together. So that was really cool to see. And then I didn't realize that Jim Henson designed the look for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the live series.
Oh, really?
So I thought that was pretty neat. So it was a really cool experience. It's something that if anyone gets up to New York, I would highly recommend that they check out. Again, just $15. You can check out 3 stories of amazing history of modern television.
It's pretty fantastic. Travis Terrell making the most of New York City. Look at him. That storytelling, like him walking through that, like that's worthy of a montage in the Travis Terrell movie. You just prancing around New York. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
And we do have some. We'll see what happens. We have an idea for the Travu next week already.
Oh boy.
But
We play with this a lot.
We just have to. We're just making sure we can make it happen before Tuesday comes around.
Hey, we mentioned the Yankees-Mets melee today. We had one that we didn't get to yesterday.
yes.
Do we have the results, Mr. Gardner? I know you were going to check this out. We love checking melee results, so don't want to forget about that. Quick reminder, Tech Electronics, local business with large-scale capability. They're here to help you with all your security and technological needs. It's Tech Electronics helped us outfit our studio. Big thanks to them. Gardner, what do you have for results?
Well, our poll revolved around the television shows, I should say, Law and Order, that entire series. We were asking which one is the best of these 4 Law and Order television series. Which is your favorite? Law and Order, the basic one. Law and Order Criminal Intent. Law and Order SVU. Law and Order Trial by Jury. Those were the options you had to vote on.
People got heated.
The final breakdown. 2% Law and Order Trial by Jury.
Isn't that the one that got canceled?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
There was another one too, Law and Order LA, I believe, that was short-lived.
Very short-lived.
Who are
Law
they,
and Order
CSI?
Criminal Intent, 17%. 33% Law and Order, the normal Law and Order, and 48% Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
That's right.
Wow.
48%. I would have
Is
went.
that the best one?
I
That's
think
my
the
favorite.
original, well, not the complete original, but the Law and Order, the normal one, not the original cast per se, but once you have like Jack Stone in there and Lenny Briscoe, that's the one.
They sound important the way you made your voice sound.
That's the one I think of when I think of Law and Order.
Sure. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, but Special Victims Unit has Ice-T.
Good point, Tommy.
Weren't you just
He
talking
doesn't make many of them, but he just made a great one.
before the show how you don't like tea?
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a discussion we had
Wow.
before the
It
show.
is.
I thought,
It
man,
is.
you thought that was private, didn't you? He brought it up on the show. Wow.
I quit caffeine.
Yeah,
And that's
you're struggling today, aren't you? You got a headache?
That means
yes,
you're
I
on.
do.
That means you're on like hour 20. If you
Yeah.
didn't have a soda after you left here, which I'm sure you did.
I did.
Okay, so you're on hour like 14.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Look, I got a headache real bad.
Oh boy, this could get rough.
Drink water.
He's on it.
Says the guy who's drinking out of a bottle of wine called Prophecy.
He probably put water in it. He's probably just showing off.
I was gonna say it. It thinks it makes it look a little cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, you said R.I.P. John Singleton. Shouldn't you pour your last little bit of wine out for him?
I poured it out earlier.
Oh, did you?
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
You don't want to waste
sure
it,
it
do
is
you?
not.
You don't want
Right.
to get rid of it.
He's
That's
like,
the thing.
How am I going to make it through this walk through the
Yeah.
city? Yeah. Anxiety on high.
Whatever.
Okay.
But yes, SVU is my personal favorite.
I understand the love.
SU
for-
is really good.
Yeah, it's good. I just prefer, if you're going to ask me which my favorite one is, it's the original. It's the ones with Jack Stone and Lenny Briscoe and those types. That's the ones I like.
Yeah. Makes sense. I'm excited for you.
Do
You
we
said-
give credit to SVU for, things like Me Too, Time's Up? Should we give credit to that show for exposing some very serious real life situations of sexual assault and sexual abuse? I don't think we give enough credit to that show for its impact on how society now views these situations.
Man, I want to just have a counterpoint just to be a jerk to Travis, but I don't know the show at all, so I have to just go, oh, maybe so.
It seems like a jump, but
I mean, they do.
I'm not
handle
saying
real-life
it's solely
situations.
responsible for us. Yeah, I'm not saying it's solely responsible for the way we have the conversation, but a lot of the things that they talk about on the show or cases that they discuss obviously pulled from real headlines, and it kind of provides context as to how these situations come about. So I wonder, can we look at it as a variable as to how we now discuss sexual assault situations in real life?
maybe I think it's more that the people that are doing the crime are just such assholes that we've just taken a shine to not liking people that much that do it.
That's fair.
I want to say Mama's Family tackled this in the late 80s or
Oh,
something.
really?
I think they
No,
did.
I'm
They
trying
had
to
a
think.
sexual
I used to
assault
watch
episode.
Mama's Family all
I'm
the time.
serious. I'm not even
Try and
joking.
figure this out really quick.
And I was too young to understand anything.
Do you
I've
remember
heard
who it
about
involved?
Let's see.
I'm about to say, Mama's Family addressed sexual assault?
Hey,
I'm looking it up right now.
man, I love that show.
Please.
Naomi's new position.
Take it easy. Jesus, Tommy.
Come on.
I told you don't look up weird things on your phone
Don't blame the
anymore.
headache either.
That's the name of the episode.
Oh, don't
Yeah.
get snippy just because you got no caffeine in
Yeah,
you.
listen,
Calm
okay,
down
if
here.
you want to talk about different positions with the women from Mama's Family,
Jesus.
do that on your own time, okay, buddy? Man, I thought these comics were woke these days, man. Yes, it is. It's
So
Naomi's-
was that the episode, Tommy?
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
So can you describe the episode?
I'm.
Don't tell. He's going to ask you to read it slow next. Be careful.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a.
Here, I got it. Mama's Family did take on some serious issues like homelessness, pornography, ageism, sexism, and sexual harassment in this episode. One episode. That's not a series overview. Naomi gets a new boss at Food Circus. Food Circus, man.
Nice.
Y'all ever eat any circus O's when you were poor?
Where she has worked her bones from bagger to checker to the express lane. Finally, she could get a management position if her sleazy boss, played well by Mr. Jeff Silverman, puts the moves on her. After the incident in his office, she is terrified to go back to work and feels ashamed. When she finally confides in Thelma and Lola, of all people, about how her new boss has told her to put up or get out like a previous female employee, Mama has plans of her own. Thelma and Lola watched a Donahue episode where they discussed the matter of sexual harassment. The episode is quite tame by today's standards.
1988.
Yeah, Mama
Wow,
won't put up
that's
with that.
something.
Mama ain't dealing with
Mama
Oh, wow.
don't put up with that.
that. So take that.
Wow, that's pretty. That's a
SVU.
pretty powerful episode. You said 1988.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
That's a pretty intense episode for 1988. That's crazy.
I get the feeling that Tyler Perry appropriated Mama's Family to create Medea.
Well, Flip Wilson also dressed in drag. Didn't Flip Wilson debut before Mama's Family?
Well, and this isn't drag necessarily. This is the character, the attitude.
I see.
The just the overall character and features involving the character, I guess.
Boy,
Not
I think looking at the
not the
origins
drag
of that
part.
would be interesting. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I would love to look at the origins of that. I would love to know who was the person who made that the mainstream, who was the entertainer that ultimately made it the mainstream for a prominent actor, comedian to dress as a woman to portray a character. I
Fatty
would love to
Arbuckle.
know who was the first.
Oh.
Who?
Fatty Arbuckle.
Okay.
From the Black Sheep, boy, Tommy's search history is really taking a hit this week. he's been put on several lists.
Look, this. Never mind.
Don't say this ain't nothing, because then, oof, after yesterday, man. Was that yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Oh man, I've blocked it out.
It's ingrained in my. I dreamt about it.
Don't say that. Don't
Not
say
in like
that.
a weird way.
Don't say that.
Oh.
No, it's cool, man. We support your choices. It's okay. It's okay. So to recap, he dreamt about. Yep, moving on.
About what?
Spinning.
About
worst
what? What
things
did
on
Tommy
the
dream
internet.
about?
The worst things on the internet. Oh, brutal.
What in particular did you dream about?
Yes.
No, Chris, broach the subject. Look,
Don't say
I may
broach
be in New York,
the
but I
subject.
slapped the damn taste out of your mouth. Tell me what you
Dang.
dreamed about.
I'll text you and you'll have to respond.
Okay.
That's a good move. That is a good move.
Oh, I like
I'll
this.
just send you a link through Messenger.
Don't send that trifling ass mess to my links.
Oh no.
My lips.
This is this is getting aggressive, and we're not going to stand for it. Was his head spinning?
Chris, what did he dream about?
Oh, spinning, if I have to remember correctly.
Oh,
Hopefully not
meat
lemons.
spins, Tommy. You dreamed about meat spins.
Oh, you really didn't get it.
I thought he was just needling you.
Yeah,
No, this is
that's what I dreamt about. Man.
Okay. Mm.
It was bad.
Oh man. Good thing it wasn't
You
lemons.
nasty.
We'll just say that. We've got.
What about lemons?
What's that?
What about lemons?
You don't want to party with them. From
Okay.
What I hear on the internet. Also, things very relevant in St. Louis. The Blues picked up an opponent, and it's not the Colorado Avalanche, owned by the great Stan Kroenke. He's loved in these
Stop
parts.
saying great in front of Stan Kroenke. Don't do that.
Listen, he's achieved a lot. He only sleeps 3.5 hours a night. And I
Frank,
respect
how
it.
are you today? It's good to see you.
Frank, how are you today? It's good to see you. So Stan Kroenke's team eliminated. Kind of would have been interesting to see Kroenke back in St. Louis up against the Blues, but not everybody's super interested in that.
Could have been fun to put on the line a gentleman's bet, Rams Park. Whoever won this series.
Now that would have been good.
A
Now
lot
that
of
would have been
countersuing
funny.
going on
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. It's
It's
nasty
it's
business.
going to continue.
Yeah, welcome to the world of commercial real estate with Stan Kroenke, right?
Yes.
There's like 50 people that got involved in mini malls that are saying, yeah, could have told you this was going to happen.
I don't know much about sports or anything.
You could
but
have just stopped it. I don't know much.
I
You know.
have gathered that Stan Kroenke is like St. Louis's supervillain.
He's very
He
Muncie
is.
Burns-esque, for sure. Like a caricature, like caricaturely bad, seemingly greedy, jealous, horrible, evil things. When you get down
Gardner,
to it, it's not funny.
is Stan Kroenke the only rich white man that a vast majority of white people hate?
Oh, no. I think there's got to be others.
Say the majority of the country.
I don't know. Not in
See,
this
here's the
area.
thing. I don't want to make a declarative statement without doing some research
Oh.
first to back it up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you pose that to me. I could give you an answer and just say, hell yeah,
Yeah, preach. Take it to the mountain.
and make it sound right, but I don't know that it's right.
Well, and also what you could do is just you could be rich, white, and throw your hat in the ring to run for Democratic presidential nomination, and Travis will hate you tomorrow. Travis loved
Very
the Starbucks
possible.
business model until all this political stuff started happening.
Because rich people suck.
Oh, wow.
come on. What
But
if,
you're
what
a
if I win
wealthy
the
writer
lottery?
now. Yeah, what if Gardner wins the lottery?
what if I'm rich overnight?
We know what you're going to do when you're rich, and you're going
I
to do
won't have
some
much
things
money
that a
left.
lot of people are going to be like, "Man, rich people suck."
I want to make, if Gardner wins the lottery, I want to sign him up to be just the steward at Passages Malibu. You can be the door guy
Oh,
at that
God.
Passages Malibu place. So you'll see all the people
Do I
coming
get a
in to
room
get
there?
right. You can stay off campus. I trust you. But yeah, you get to
Why-
run the door.
Did
so
you
you're
have
reminded.
a relapse? No. I just want to stay here.
Right.
This looks magnificent.
I'm comfortable here.
Oh, this
Have
is.
you seen the infomercials?
There's a guy I know who
Sean.
had done rehab recently in the Los Angeles area, and it might have been out in Malibu. And I haven't asked because it's not my
Are you
business.
supposed to talk about it?
necessarily. Well, I'm not going to say the name or anything.
I should say that about anything regarding
But-
anything sobriety whatsoever. You're drinking a non-alcoholic beer. I'm like, I don't think you're supposed to tell anybody
How
about
are
that.
people supposed to know anything?
Well, you know, those are the rules.
But I wanted to ask, like, hey, what facility? You know, where you at out there? Were you with Pax Prentice over at Passages Malibu? Because how was it? What was the infinity pool like? Do you have any pictures? Show me everything I need to know because it looks magnificent. but I haven't yet.
I
We'll
believe
see.
in you.
Tommy brought up the fact that he, what did you say? You don't know much, don't care much?
I don't know much about sports.
Yeah.
He slyly dropped the season tickets to Cardinals games.
Yeah.
But could not be questioned about anything regarding Cardinals or any baseball stuff at
I know
all.
we're doing well right now.
Yes, that's right. They're just dropped down to third place in their
Yeah,
division.
that's
but
right.
there
We're
you go.
doing well.
So how about hockey? Any season tickets?
No, I don't like hockey.
Oh, okay.
Tommy-
At all?
But
Tommy,
but I
I'm
do-
curious. I'm
Yeah, what-
curious. I've always wanted to know people who grew up not watching sports. Were your family just not into it? Were your parents just not into watching sports?
My dad was really into it, but my mom wasn't, and I was more of a read comic books and watch Saturday Night
Would have
Live
never guessed.
type.
Would have never
Okay.
guessed.
And so I just never. And my brothers played sports, but I just never got it.
Okay.
I didn't play sports, so I wasn't interested in sports.
I gotta say,
Nerd.
Should we give credit to who took that picture yesterday we talked about?
Oh, yeah. Look at Tommy doing his research and making his internship the most it can be.
Was it John
Yesterday.
So yesterday, what?
is it John Curry?
It's I believe it's Jeff Curry.
Jeff Curry. Okay.
So
Steph
yesterday
Curry. Steph Curry?
it's Jeff.
Steph. His wife was really loud yesterday.
So yesterday we showed the picture of Maroon and Bishop with the St. Louis flag behind them.
Look at you.
Ah, yes.
I got a
got the
journalist
names
on the
right.
staff
And
here.
I found out after the show that the photographer is Jeff Curry, and I wanted to give him proper credit since we couldn't yesterday on the show.
Oh, look at this.
Nice work, Tommy.
He's like Tony Reale now for us, Travis.
Follow him at Jeff Curry Photo on Twitter.
Okay, now Tommy's taking.
I did actually.
handoff.
Before Tommy gave off that great advice, I actually did follow him. He's a freelance journalist that's worked with the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. And yes, he's responsible for that really sweet photo of the, man, you talk about brilliant timing. The St. Louis flag is flying by one of the ice girls on the rink at the same time, an embrace between two St. Louisans. I don't think you'll find a better picture. Certainly, I don't know, from the St. Louis area this year than that.
Get your
Look at that.
stupid
You're talking
head
about
out
two
of
guys from
What
the St.
happens when
Louis
you
area.
try and do it on the fly? Now,
I like it so much better
now,
like this,
I'm
though.
staying here. This is why. This is an example. Hey, do this right now.
Yeah.
This is what happens when we do that. That's why.
Look at Tommy on the fly taking that. And hey, we could have got a screen grab. We got it right
I'll
away.
just be a fan.
No, I like that. that's like my mom's version of Photoshop right there. That's amazing.
I hope friend of the show, Steve Walden, is able to take that and turn it into a sweet painting. Because that would be really cool.
You know him?
I would
Tommy?
imagine that
I've
he
heard of
would
him,
get
yeah.
Maroon and Bishop to sign that. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I think he should. I think that'll be fantastic. So Tommy's not interested in this at
Well,
all?
Tommy, I bring up that fact because he sent me a text yesterday.
Oh, which one was this? I don't remember. I'm being honest.
Yeah, you did. You did send me a number of texts. Hold on.
All show related, by the way.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate them. I get back to you right away, don't I?
You do.
I communicate.
You do. Somebody else doesn't.
With Tommy. Travis, you should take note. You're not too busy for him. You're not better than him. Communicate.
He thinks he is. He's not.
So
Tommy communicated with me? When did Tommy communicate with me?
Check your Facebook Messenger.
Oh, he's
Checking
doing it.
now.
Oh, this is great.
he
He
sent
also
me,
didn't follow me back on Twitter.
No, that ain't happening. That didn't happen for like a year with our own show.
So here's the text. Are the Blues going to the Stanley Cup Finals?
I
to
like that
try
he said
and
Stanley
win?
Cup Finals. He didn't just say championships. He said Stanley
Or
Cup
did
Finals.
they already? Now, I didn't really know what he meant by everything in here.
Yeah, that's
Like I
that's
didn't
a
know
lot.
like in history. I didn't dive too much.
So I
or-
didn't know if this Blues game the other night, had they won the Stanley Cup, or are they going to go and try and win it?
Will they
Okay.
be attempting a win in the hockey match, guys?
So
And
Travis,
the reason I ask is for the
please.
descriptions of the show.
Oh wow, look at
So
that. He's
trying to
working
make
hard.
sure
What
I
a
was
great
accurate.
intern. What a great intern. He can't climb out of a chair, but he can do the research, and that's what
right.
matters. Travis, are you disgusted?
I'm not disgusted. Why are we making fun of Tommy for asking a question he really didn't know anything about? Are we that kind of show now?
Are you
we the
dating
kind of people who
AOC?
make
You're
fun of
feeling
women?
really, really, really standing up for the little guy this morning, and literally in this case.
I think that's interesting. No, I think that's bad form. We cannot be the show. We cannot be the personalities that make fun of people who genuinely don't know anything. So if he did not know and he asked the question, isn't that what we want out of an intern?
No.
Tommy
I want him
said,
to be depressed.
I
and
don't
walk
really
around
like
quietly.
hockey. I don't care. I used a text to further illuminate Tommy's own comments about his apathetic nature towards the sport.
For one, I'm a fan of apathy.
We don't care about hockey either. We're not a we love hockey show either. We love St. Louis, and we love good things that happen to St. Louisans. So it isn't as if we're a hockey show too.
I was waiting to see if they would have played Colorado. There was going to be some scheduling issues at Enterprise Center because on Friday night they have a concert, and then on Monday they have a concert. So apparently they were actually going to play a back-to-back Saturday, Sunday, because number one,
really,
on Friday you got Cher
Do your best Cher impression, Travis.
with her photo up.
With her photo. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
How old was and maybe I can get Tommy to check this out. How old was Sonny whenever Sonny and Cher started on their journey?
Sonny
together?
Bobo?
Sonny Bobo. Yes.
How old was Sonny?
Sonny. How old was Sonny when him and Cher got together? Travis, guess. We'll do a Rotten Tomatoes-esque, Dogs on Film-esque game.
Sonny Bono was
When they got
playing-
married?
How old were each of them whenever they started dating? I want dating because there's always
I wanna
loose
say
affiliation.
25. I'm going 25.
Who was 25?
I'm going that Cher was 25.
Okay,
and
we
Sonny
just guessing
Bobo
hers?
was 30.
And then
30? No, hey. I got it. Gardner, you got one?
I'm going to go 22.
22 for
Cher.
Cher, and then we don't know. Cher is the more interesting age. I'm going to say 16 when she met or started dating him, and I bet he was like 35.
are we ready?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
According to blankonblank.org, Sonny and Cher met in 1962. She was a 16-year-old high school dropout who wanted to be a star, and he was a 28 and an assistant to record producer Phil Spector. But he was a rough 28.
And he was really good at shining up handguns as well, working for Phil. That sounds to me to be problematic. A 16-year-old dropout runaway.
Isn't that Taxi?
I don't remember.
Okay, never mind.
No, I don't know.
Taxi, the television show?
With Robert De Niro.
De Niro?
Taxi Driver?
Taxi Driver. That's right.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait, so Sonny was 28 and Cher was 16?
Yes.
Would you have voted for him?
And we're giving R. Kelly shit?
I think we do. I mean, I don't know if this is the
I
same
mean, those
thing.
other girls aren't great singers that we know of.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Pete just got I was waiting for it. Yeah, but did you see Cher when she was 16? Like, oh, get out of my face.
I was ready for Travis to start launching into a rant and then realize what Tommy said and then have to stop in his tracks and address those comments.
Oh, my goodness.
But he got it right away, so that was good. No, because it's Cher on Friday, and I think, was it Tool on Monday?
I can look it up really quick.
Boy, I don't know.
They got a new album coming out.
That's been coming for 20 years. Right?
August 30th, they said the date.
August 30th for the new album. That would be, you talk about enterprise. I sit here and jokingly, seriously mean how much like local sports events mean to the economy or whatever. You lose those two sellout shows like that. Those two will both sell out or be close, I would assume.
Yeah, and they weren't going to move them.
Yeah.
Cher and then Tool, you're right.
Cher and then Tool?
Yep.
Okay,
So Cher would have been on Friday and Tool would have been on Monday?
correct.
What if they would have combined
So would
the
they
two shows?
have maybe started the series on Sunday?
They
No,
would've
Saturday. They would have
They
done
would
a
have had to have
back-to-back.
started the series on Saturday?
Well, I think the plan was to do a back-to-back Saturday, Sunday, and then have the concerts kind of bookend that. Yeah, you're not gonna
Really?
cancel a Tool show. You know what you're gonna call?
I'm not saying
you're not gonna
cancel. I was
cancel a
thinking maybe
throw a wrench in all
start the show
plans.
on maybe start the series on Sunday
Yeah.
and then game 2 on Tuesday.
I thought it would have been good for if
That's real good.
Will everyone
Cher-
stop and acknowledge Tommy, please?
Cher
It's a good
covered.
joke.
Cher should have covered Gloria.
Yeah,
or
if she wanted to really
she still
sell out.
should.
Yeah, she should.
Cher should cover Gloria in her
definitely.
concert on Friday if she really wants to get the crowd on her side.
Wouldn't it be better if Tool did though?
How about both of them?
Okay, mashup.
I wouldn't mind hearing Tool's version of Gloria. It was funny yesterday. I got in the car, and Jess is an absolute Tool fan. That's
Better be
her.
careful. Maynard makes his way to St. Louis quite a bit, not when he's playing.
Yeah.
He's in here. He's in St. Louis a lot.
Well, she loves him. I, for a gift once, bought. He has a vineyard, a wine vineyard
does,
in
in
Arizona.
Arizona, yeah.
I bought wine from there. Had to have it shipped. The shipping cost more of this wine than the actual wine itself. And so I had, it's like we have a bottle of wine from Maynard in his Arizona vineyard in our apartment. So she loves Tool. She loves Puscifer. She loves Perfect Circle. So she loves all the ones that he's tied into. But a weird moment yesterday was I got in the car and we were talking about Incubus earlier in the day. And she came by to pick me up. We were making an exchange of some sort. And
Love fluids.
no.
That's a weird way to put that.
Yeah, I know.
You could've
That's why I
just said
tried
we
to
were
roll
greedy.
past it, but you guys appropriately called me out for it. So what am I going to say?
Could have just said
Shut the fuck up, Travis.
we were
Stop
giving
making that
greetings.
face.
I think maybe we need Monday off. There's a little thing called Tank's getting a little low in the Mid-Coast studio here. I can see that.
Your guys' is. I'm fine.
Oh, please.
Just a romantic moment when she was like, oh, we were talking about Incubus earlier. I want you to hear my favorite Incubus song. And then we rolled away. And I'm like, I looked at her and I go, this is romance right here. You playing your favorite Incubus song for me. And then she smiled and held my hand.
Okay. Oh, you're being serious.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, and then you tell her like how Incubus is your least favorite band, and you're not dealing with this well.
No. The plot to the best romantic comedy ever.
You think
It's
so?
the last scene.
What do we call it?
Break it down.
Gardener's Alley. I don't know.
That's good. That was fine.
The Constant Gardener.
Well, I thought
No.
there was already that.
The
maybe.
Gifted Gardener.
Come on, Travis, help us out.
Travis, get in here.
Is
You're
this-
the writer,
Is
right?
this the worst writer's room you've ever been a part of,
You're
Travis?
the
I think
writer,
you've been a
right.
part of like
There's
2.5.
no doubt. There is no doubt. This is terrible.
Gardener in Love.
No, that's not. gonna
Okay.
work. That's
Gardner.
How about the Secret Gardener?
Okay.
There's a gardener. I barely know her.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. We've got we've got lots to get to with Make It Racist and the Great American Race on the way. I got to tell you about Gateway Powder Coating really quick. Maybe Travis will steal a set of patio equipment while he's in New York. Maybe. Travis, would you do that? Could we make that happen?
No.
Can you set that up? Get some metal powder? No? Okay. I don't think you'd do well at that either. Gateway Powder Coating. Fast, durable, affordable. Make sure you stop by if you're out in the O'Fallon area. Say hello to Mark and the gang. You can take all of your needed powder-coated, needs to be powder-coated materials. I don't know. If it's metal, if it can be painted, you can powder coat it. It's Gateway Powder Coating. Be sure to check them out today. They've been supporters of us for a long time. And Travis, I do like an idea where you bring in patio furniture to your permanent residence there, though. Kind of set up everything like you would in St. Louis.
I don't know how else to describe the city, but there isn't a ton of room for patio furniture. I don't know if you.
I wanted to put a plant in my room, but apparently I need a washer and a dryer. I don't know.
I will say this though. I think people ask, how in the hell do you get 8.6 million people on an island? And I really am not exaggerating when I say this. Almost every inch of this place has a building. There isn't vacant lots. There isn't space in between. There aren't a ton of alleys. Every square footage has a building on it. And so, yeah, patios, lawns, until you go further out on maybe towards Long Island, you're not going to get too many
Long
opportunities to have lawn furniture.
Long Island.
Long Island. You gotta say it right.
Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Have you gone there?
Long
yet?
Island?
AT&T?
Yes.
No.
No.
It's Long Island.
No, that's not how they say it there. They say Long
I'm
Island.
here.
Yeah.
Is Long Island.
And you're not paying attention then.
I'm with Travis.
That's racist as hell.
Oh,
No,
there it is.
Because
I
you don't
missed
pay
that.
attention?
I've missed that.
Don't disrespect my neighbors, please.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm telling you how they talk.
There's a lot of awkward pauses in here.
We're trying to be pausey for the stream. We're never really sure on that.
Nope.
Just did an internet speed test, and Charter's going to get an earful. What, Gardner? We've got the Great American Race. Do we want to get to that and make it race this next hour?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Plus, we have to do some forensics on a video that Tommy says is him
Okay.
It is me.
shooting a basketball.
It is me.
That means the form is pretty decent the way
It
you're
is
saying
me,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, stop.
Wait, Tommy. I showed a video of you doing at least how you would theoretically do a jump shot to a lawyer,
Okay.
to my lawyer, and he thought of a sound as you shot. It
Yeah.
made him think of
Swoosh.
a sound. No, not swoosh. Nice. So I want you to do this, and I'm going to do the sound. Do it again.
Was that wobbly cat getting stepped on?
He's like, that's what it makes me think of.
Okay. Well, we've got that
I'm
figured
That's
out.
auditioning
perfect.
for Cats the Musical.
Yeah.
When I get cast, I'll live with Travis.
Oh.
We'll get to that agreement and more on the other side of the show. It's We Are Live. Check out midcoast.media for our capabilities, and be sure to check out the Static podcast. Goes live around 1 o'clock every day. Stacey Static, 20-year FM radio legend in St. Louis. She records right here in the studios. Had a ton of great guests on, and is very talented herself. Guys, we'll take a quick break. Trav's in New York. Chris, and Tommy right here in St. Louis, Missouri. Be right back, guys.